Joe, let's look behind the numbers.
Well, look, I mean, you've got a really even matchup here for, you know, as far as the physical outtake is here. But there's no disparity between the height, the weight, the reach. So it's pretty even there. I think what's going to make the difference is the styles in this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in Los Angeles, it is now time for our co-main event of the evening, 10 rounds in the welterweight division. The three judges scoring this contest at ringside will be Rudy Barragan, Dr. Lou Moretz, and Zachary Young. The referee in charge when the bell sounds is Gerard White. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes in wearing the black and pink, weighing in officially at 146 1/2 pounds. His record 11 wins, 7 of those coming by way of knockout against 1 loss and 1 draw. Fighting out of Garden Grove by way of East Los Angeles, California. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Luke Santamaria. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He comes in wearing the green and white, weighing officially at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. He enters tonight's bout undefeated, 7 wins, 6 of those coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, PA. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Paul Kroll.
Okay, fellas, we went over the rules in the dressing room. This is good. This is good. Touch him up and let's go to work.
Paul Kroll looking to remain undefeated with an 85% knockout percentage. His opponent, Luke Santamaria, picked up a win over Michael Fox back on August 8th, a fight that he was a heavy underdog. He's looking to do the same here tonight and upset Paul Kroll.
Now, just right off the bat, just from the stats, we had Crowe an inch taller than Santamaria, but it doesn't look like that to me. It looks like Santamaria might even be a little bit bigger. So, well, what do you think?
I think there, maybe a slight height advantage there, but just slightly, Joe. It might be the shoes, who knows?
So, we've seen Santamaria fight before. Again, he beat a 22-1, 6'3" Michael Fox, who was really on a roll, and a southpaw to boot. So, Santamaria can fight as he switches to southpaw here.
Yeah, it was Santamaria was giving up 7.5 inches to Fox. Coming into this matchup, as he goes back to orthodox, he is a 2-1 underdog coming into this fight with Paul Kroll.
And Crowe, of course, came right in, looking to be aggressive. And Santamaria made a nice couple parries right out of that corner. He blocked 2 punches and slid out the back door there. It was a nice move. So, we got an experienced guy in here in Santamaria. He just slipped under the punch and went to the body and then came over the top with the right hand. He's going to be, and it's part of my my fight strategy for Santamaria is to be unorthodox like this. And this is a big advantage for him. That's how, he really presented himself against Michael Fox. He's unorthodox and unpredictable. So, look, switching from right hand to left hand. He's tricky that way. And that's what could get him a victory here.
And Joe, partly his success against Michael Fox is that Santamaria, his only loss came in his 3rd professional fight, a loss in Mexico at the hands of Daniel Cotto, who was a southpaw. After that fight, it was Santamaria who worked with nothing but southpaws to avoid that ever happening again, thus getting him the victory back on August 8th.
Yeah, it certainly, came in handy for him to do that work. You see Paul Kroll here. Now, Paul Kroll, of course, has got an extensive amateur background, and he's got a real good style on it. And you'd call it not a basic style, but a typical, more normal style than Santamaria, who's really unorthodox. And again, we'll switch on you.
Let him go.
Good left hook by Paul Kroll. You mentioned his extensive amateur background, 123-17. He actually made the U.S. Olympic team in 2016. via the challengers bracket, which not many fighters have been able to do. We will look at that in the next few moments. A nice right hand that connected by Paul Kroll. Santamaria came forward. That's the end of the first. Terrific first round as we take a look at both men having success. Here's the last exchange that we just witnessed, Joe. Nice sharp right hand by Kroll.
Yeah, that was a cute little short chopping right hand.
Joe, if Santamaria is going to get the victory, what does he need to do?
Well, look, I kind of touched on it when we were, during the round. Basically, he's got to be unorthodox and unpredictable. He's got to keep his hands busy, which he does. And he's got to be careful not to loop his punches to get wide, or he's going to get countered like he just did by that little right hand. And then, for Kroll, for his keys to victory, he's got to use patient pressure like he did in that last round of the first round, and use rhythmic head and body movement. That's what I meant by his style. Just keep that head and body moving, and then, it's going to put you in a position to counter. But he's got to lead and counter with combos, not just one punch here, one punch there, because Santamaria will let his hands go. So you don't want to get out-punched.
Both men come from rich boxing cities. Kroll from Philadelphia, he said he loves the fact that he is here in Los Angeles, and he stated, I'm going to beat up Santamaria in his hometown. Santamaria, being from East Los Angeles, said, no way, I'm going to defend my home turf.
Yeah, Santamaria just let out 3, 4, 5 punches right there, and there we go. There's a nice exchange going. That's what Kroll's got to do. He's got to keep that rhythm going. Keep the jab going, head and body, shoulder movement, like that, looking for the counters, see?
Kroll just started boxing at the age of 15 when he wandered into a boxing gym. Actually helped out his father as an electrician and doing carpentry work, but then decided to get into the boxing gym, and the rest has been history ever since that point, Joe.
Well, look, he's obviously a natural athlete. To be able to start that late, because like most kids start at a very young age, some start at 15, 16. But to climb the ranks to the Olympics, get to the Olympic trials, do something of that nature, you've got to be a tremendous athlete just naturally.
Meantime, for Santamaria, he's been a pro for just over 5 years, turned professional at age 17. So a little bit different when it comes to their journeys here as Santamaria advances forward.
Yeah, look, Santamaria landed some good body shots right there. Again, by being unorthodox, unpredictable, switching, going to the body with hard shots first without a jab. And, Kroll did throw a nice little counter punch right out of the corner there, but they're too infrequent. Like I said, he's going to have to throw combinations to keep up with the pace of Santamaria once he gets going.
Santamaria with a big left that hurt Kroll. He goes on the attack, a body shot that really took the air out of the lungs of Kroll. And I don't know why Gerard Roy got in there, but it is clear that he got hurt. Kroll was really in deep trouble.
What he was doing was basically, it wasn't a bad move by the ref because he went in there to break the clinch. See, so Kroll was holding on after he got hurt there. And
a left, and Santamaria chasing him around the ring, hammering away upon Kroll with that left hand.
Yeah, the referee made that move so the fight could continue without it being interrupted by grabbing on like that right now. And that's a defense mechanism you're going to use when you get hurt.
And Paul Kroll and Santamaria going at it, but Santamaria having success with a big body shot that took the air out of the lungs of Paul Kroll. We'll see if Kroll can respond. Final moments of an eventful second round between Paul Kroll and Luke Santamaria. That's the end of the second. Well, that body shot took a lot out of Paul Kroll, and there is that.
Yeah, but see, he got hit with a nice left uppercut there. So here's that good body shot. It hurt him right in the liver. See, it hit him right underneath that right rib cage. Boom, right there.
Back to round 3 we go, as Santamaria landed more punches in the second than Kroll has landed in the entire fight.
And this is it. Again, when I gave my, keys to victory, you know, Santamaria, one of them was the second was keep your hands busy, and that's what he does, and he does well, and he's getting away with it right now, and it's throwing Kroll off. Kroll's really got to start making a move here. See, he's playing it too regular. He's got to do something with a little bit more desperation to his attack here, and
there's a nice chopping right hand by Santamaria.
Yeah, but Kroll's got to pick up the pace. He's got to start letting his hands go as well. He's being a little bit too cautious and looking for counters that may never come.
Well, Kroll has an 85% knockout percentage. He's only been past the 4th round one time in his young career. He's 25 years of age, made the Olympic team in 2016, but due to an altercation and legal issues, that impeded him from competing for Team USA down in Rio.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I know who Kroll's fought already, and I know the record of the guys he's fought, and they are not even close to being the quality that he's in here with tonight with Santamaria. Santamaria is a legit opponent right now, and I'm not too sure that Santamaria wasn't the favorite in this fight going in. He's the guy who beat a top-rated Michael Fox, who was 22-1.
And right now, as we're seeing Santamaria moving forward, well, the odds makers, they had it nearly a 2-1 underdog for Santamaria, with Kroll being the favorite. And speaking of Kroll, Joe, I see the trunks are a little bit lower. Is that normal and typical?
No, what happens is that they're slipping down, and that's due to a few things. You know, sometimes you got to reverse tape on the cup so the pants don't slip down, or you have to have a good tying mechanism. That was a nice right counter right hand from Kroll off a straight left hand to the belly by Santamaria.
Pinpoint accuracy for the 25-year-old from Philadelphia. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd. Well, Santamaria, he put down Michael Fox in the 1st round en route to a unanimous decision victory back on August 8th. And he is hoping to spoil the undefeated record of Paul Kroll here in our co-main event.
Yeah, he almost put Kroll down in the 2nd round with that body shot. It was a beautiful liver shot. It was right underneath the right elbow of Crowe, and he hit that front rib cage where the liver sits behind him. Believe you me, that's a paralyzing shot. Some guys would rather get hit on the chin than in that liver. I got to tell you, you hear it all the time from fighters.
We're nearing the end of the 3rd stanza between Paul Kroll and Luke Santamaria. Kroll trying to establish himself here in the fight as we are a 1/3 of the way through this co-main event. Paul Kroll with that right hand, though.
See, there was that reaching left hand by Santamaria, and he got countered. And that's what I was talking about with Kroll. He's a good counter puncher, but he should have followed up with that right hand with a left hook and something else. Can't do it with one punch.
Here we see Paul Kroll actually sparred with Julian Williams. He looks up to guys like Julian Williams and Danny Garcia. He said, for those of us in Philadelphia trying to make a name in boxing, those two guys give us hope. Paul Kroll, very confident in his ability. He said, I want to become a world champion at 47, then go up to 54, and then also, I don't mind stopping at 60. I'm going to be a 3-division world champion. But first, before he gets to all that, he must handle business against Luke Santamaria.
There you go. That's what Kroll's got to do. He's got to start letting his hands go like that, especially if Santamaria is going to give up ground and back up. You know, he's got to really take advantage of that. So when you press like this, you've got to let your hands go instead of that one-punch counter that we were talking about at the end of last round.
Santamaria going to the body of Paul Kroll, but Kroll is starting to get into a rhythm here in the 4th.
He is, and he just had a nice little short right-hand counter against Santamaria. That's his specialty, though. If you throw on Kroll's left side, he's going to come back on the right side, his right side with a counter, whether it's a right uppercut or a straight little chopping right hand. He's good at that. But he's got to follow those counters up with the other hand.
Santamaria, born in Garden Grove, California, in Orange County, 35 miles south of here. Good exchanges between these two.
Yeah, Santamaria threw a nice right hand and then whipped a double hook off of that body and head. So, you know, he's keeping his hands busy.
Starting to see a little bit of swelling outside the right eye of Paul Kroll, largely in part from those straight lefts from Santamaria.
He just walked into a straight left from Santamaria.
Just over the halfway point of the 4th. Paul Kroll professed to us, I'm going to take the first 4 rounds to get adjusted, and then I'm going to finish him in the 5th.
It doesn't look likely. But he is starting to put pressure on right now, Kroll.
Some inside work, but Kroll gets backed up from the bodywork of Santamaria, and then he got sprayed with the laser right hand by Santamaria.
You see, Santamaria is doing the smart thing. When Kroll has a moment, he just doesn't let that happen and be done with. He turns that around and tries to get it all back by chasing Kroll across the ring and backing him up with a combination himself to even it up.
Well, he's disrupting his rhythm and his timing. Is Santamaria. There's a straight left to the body again by the 22-year-old from East LA.
And Santamaria is getting hip to that counter right hand off that left. See, when Santamaria shot that left hand to the body, Kroll tried the counter right hand, but he pulled away and out from it. So he's getting hip to that counter right hand. That's his best weapon so far.
Nearing the conclusion of the 4th round between Luke Santamaria and Paul Kroll. We got a fun one in our co-main event in the welterweight division. The right hand has been the weapon of choice for Paul Kroll, at least through the first 4 rounds.
See, there's that counter I was talking about. He does it all the time. Well, that was the same punch, just different angle. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's a sense of urgency in the corner of Paul Kroll right now. They're kind of reading him the right act, like you've got to start. See, he's telling him to slip and start countering and throwing combinations. The trainer's going through the motions right there, what he wants him to do, but he's also speaking very firmly with him. He wants him to pick up the pace like he did the last round because he's leaving in doubt who's winning this fight by not being busy.
Well, the former opponent of Luke Santamaria, Michael Fox, said on social media today that Kroll has to fight a nearly perfect fight in order to get the win over Santamaria.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Well, Santamaria is trained by Jorge Capetillo, trainer of Jesse Magdaleno and former champion Antonio DeMarcos. So 2 quality corners, Capetillo with Santamaria and Michael Melvin and Greg Hackett, who are staples in the Philadelphia scene.
Oh yeah, they're represented very well, both fighters in their corners. And you know they're in great shape, and there's a lot on the line for both of these fighters. The winner is going to advance, and the loser is going to take a step back and going to have to climb his way back into contention. So this is a big fight for both guys.
Joe, when I look at this fight, as a minute has elapsed, good right hand by Santamaria as he comes forward.
Yeah.
This is the kind of fight where prospects graduate to being fringe contenders.
That's exactly right, you know, and you make a name for yourself, you get on TV, a lot of people are seeing you, you make fans, it's a lot on the line here. Another good shot from Santamaria. He's really being difficult by, you know, turning southpaw and right-handed. He's continually changing his stance. He landed a nice little left uppercut a while back in this round, a couple of them against Crowe. So, you know, I got Santamaria ahead in this round, where I gave Crowe the last round.
Good stiff jam by both men. Paul Kroll, the 2nd career fight to go past the 4th round. Greatly appreciate Justin Goodman along with Mark Ortega, our statisticians.
Oh, the best.
And with the entire crew doing very good work as always, as we approach a minute to go here in the 5th.
You always beat me to the Mark Ortega and Justin Goodman compliment because we depend on them a lot. I know I do. You don't. You do your own.
They do more work, though. I love them all.
Yeah.
Zach Kinman, our producer as well, the entire crew. But right now it is Paul Kroll and Luke Santamaria trying to make a name for themselves here as we are nearing the halfway point of what has been a very intriguing matchup.
We'll see Santamaria's hip to that little counter right there. He threw that left hand to the body of Kroll, and here came the right hand, and he slipped out of the way of it.
What's obvious, Joe, that Santamaria is heavy-handed because when he unloads a power punch, you feel, and we hear that thought here at a broadcast position.
Yeah, you know, and look, he's a 50-50 knockout puncher, basically. You know, he's got, you know, a little over it, but it's not easy to knock a man out, you know, when they're in great shape.
Well, for Paul Kroll, he has had success in his first 7 fights, knocking out his opponents with an 85% knockout percentage, 86% to be exact.
But again, as I pointed out, he hasn't been in with anybody like Luke Santamaria. I can tell you that right now.
And Paul Kroll actually made it to the U.S. Olympic team in 2016, but from the challengers bracket as he joined some illustrious company. You took a look at Floyd Mayweather Jr., Vander Holyfield, Roy Jones Jr., and Gary Russell Jr. As he had to win 6 straight fights, but because of legal issues, he had to bypass the Olympics. And when it comes to the slip, Joe, I want to go ahead and get your thoughts on this particular instance of the fight.
All right, well, let's see. There's that left hand to the body. Here comes the counter, which Santamaria pulled out and made a miss.
That mouse underneath the right eye, but it doesn't seem to be anywhere near to impede the vision of Paul Kroll. Some swelling underneath the right eye of the Philadelphia native, and now Kroll has gone to southpaw, so they have both gone to the southpaw stance when they are conventional fighters.
Well, now that, see, to me that, Kroll did say that he switches up, and we noticed that on his tapes before. But I'm not sure that isn't a little sign of desperation too, though. See, when you start switching up, it means that what you were doing earlier wasn't working. Now, we know Santamaria does that in the course of his fight all the time. He switches it right to left, right to left. That's part of his repertoire. But not so much for Kroll. So, he's looking to have some success, and he might feel that he needs to do this to find more success, which is not a good sign.
Could be frustrations mounting. A straight right that snapped back the head of Kroll by Santamaria. A minute has come off the clock here in the 6th. Also with Kroll, I don't think he's really sitting down in his punches, Joe. I see a lot of arm shots and punches where he's not gaining proper leverage.
Well, I'll tell you what, he would if he had somebody that wasn't so difficult to deal with in front of him. Because Santamaria keeps you guessing all the time. He's constantly making moves from one side to the other, pulling in, pulling out, so switching left and right, doing unorthodox things with his punches. So he's kind of hard to hit with a solid shot.
Well, it's those subtleties, those little slight feints and head movements that Santamaria does so well.
Yeah, he teases you with his movement, and he tries to sucker you into doing something that leaves you vulnerable. Now, that was a good right hook by Crowe right there. So, let's see if he can capitalize on this left-handed stance. It usually isn't a good thing, but when you switch midway through the fight.
Should Kroll be attacking the body of Santamaria?
Yeah, but try to get to it. He's just very difficult to put hard shots on Santamaria. He's just really hard to pin down. I would have stuck with, right there, that right hook fell short from Crowe.
Oh, there's a right hook. Yeah. It seemed to buckle Santamaria, but Santamaria charges forward.
Yeah, exactly. It may not have been as powerful as we thought, but Santamaria, we talked about that earlier. He gets in with the shot, he's going to come back at you hard and even it up to say, hey, okay, I'm not going to let you get away with that.
Could be wrong with that shot, Joe. We will take a look at it.
Yeah,
I did see the eyes of Santamaria sort of open up when they were tied up at the moment.
Yeah, look, Kroll switching southpaw, may have given him a little bit of an opportunity here to land something solid, but we'll see on the replay.
Final stages of the 6th between Paul Kroll and Luke Santamaria. Let's take a look at it and see if that shot from Kroll landed. It was a clash of heads is what happened.
That's what happened. It was the head clashing. That hook missed.
Back here on FS1, and Joe, let's take a look at that exchange one more time.
Yeah, it was Santamaria jumped in, and then boom. Both heads just collided and hard. That probably stunned Santamaria more than any punch tonight has.
Santamaria, he's making Kroll miss quite a bit. as Kroll has only landed 4 jabs compared to 146 thrown, and he's 33 punches connected out of 119 with a connect percentage for Kroll of 27%. So Santamaria is certainly elusive here in our co-feature.
Well, Kroll's back to fighting in the orthodox stance right-handed. You know, he didn't find much success as a southpaw. I think he's sharper as a right-hander, and I think he should stay that way. Maybe occasionally switch if they're in close, but the outside, it just looks like he's not going to have any success as a southpaw.
Well, the one thing that you're seeing here tonight are the prospects are being tested when it comes to the world of Premier Boxing Champions. You know, Luke Santamaria professed to us that in the fight against Fox, he had to be more aggressive and make it an inside fight, but he did say he wants to show the public more of his pure boxing ability because he feels like he's underrated as a pure technician.
No, he can do both. I mean, he showed that. Oh, good, nice right hand, nice counter right hand by Crowe, but, you know, Santamaria just got kind of walked through it, and again, he comes right back at you when you land a good shot on him. You know, even if it hurt him, he may have you guessing whether or not it hurt him or not. So, you know, that's a good tactical move mentally. Good left hand by Santamaria. He snuck in there.
Now, laser straight left. I mean, he uses it. He has it ready to go, almost like in a spring-like fashion, Joe.
Yep, and came in, jumped in with that hard left hand to the body. Kroll through the right hand counter, missed, and then. You know, a couple of punches that really had no effect after that. But this is a very difficult fight for Kroll tonight. And I got to tell you, we're in the 7th round. It's a 10-round fight, and he's going to have to do something really, I think, sit back in this fight, because I got Santamaria ahead right now.
We are under a minute to go here in the 7th between the undefeated Paul Kroll, 25 years of age from Philadelphia, representing East Los Angeles, Luke Santamaria, with an 11-1-1 record.
Yeah, now Kroll threw a nice straight right hand to the body. He landed a good shot, and then what happened? For all his effort, he got hit with a counter left hook. So Santamaria will always touch you back if you touch him.
What can Kroll do to try to follow up that one singular shot?
Oh, that's why I said in the talking points, he has to throw in combos. Because you know that Santamaria, just from the last fight we called, he's a busy guy. He keeps his hands busy, especially when he starts his combos. So, you know, Kroll is going to have to do more than that one-punch counter.
Final moments of the 7th between Santamaria and Kroll. That's the end of the 7th. Let's go back, Joe, and revisit some of the action from the 7th.
Well, that was one of the best counters he's had. But you see, Santamaria walked right into that. Even though he had success, he pulled the jab down of Kroll's. He landed a punch, but he extended himself too much and walked in to the expected counter right hand from Kroll.
Just in the corner.
Sitting there and whip to the body. He's waiting on you. And listen, when he turns southpaw in his hair and then he dives in there, come on, Paul. Slide to the right, cut him off. Don't even let him use it. Every time you get over there, he switch back. When he switch back, catch him in between the switch. Catch him in between the switch and let your hands go. Stop waiting on him. You ain't got to wait on him. Cut to the right, bro. I promise you will get what you're looking for. You cut to the right. Please do that for me. Deep breath. You didn't step in his ass. Yes, sir.
What do you think about those instructions, Joe, in terms of stop waiting on him and cut him off at the right?
Well, it's kind of, you know, the theme of what we were talking about, just not enough going on. And the corner is asking Kroll to step to his right to cut off the ring more. In other words, he's letting Santamaria escape out to the side, and I understand that. That's a good point. But, you know, it's round 8. He should have been cutting off this ring all night, putting pressure on, because that's what he does. He likes to press. He should never back up against Santamaria. And he's going to have to force himself on Santamaria more with combinations. And let's see if he can do it, because he's going to have, I think at this point, hurt Santamaria.
Gerard White stepping between the two, warning about holding behind the head of Santamaria. This is the first time that Paul Kroll has been past the 6th round in his professional career as well, Joe.
Yeah, and that warning was more of the turn. He took his head and he kind of threw him and turned Kroll to get out of that corner. I'm not sure it was that illegal of a move, but I thought it was a smart move to get out of that situation, because Kroll is actually listening to his corner, and he tried to box Santamaria in, to get something done. But Santamaria wasn't having any of it and used that escape route and got warned by the referee.
Well, Santamaria is a very intelligent fighter, Joe, and you heard the instruction by Crowe. They said, as he's switching, we want you to let your hands go, but it has to be more than one single punch at a time.
Well, yeah, I hate to harken back to that, but that's kind of been my theme about, Paul Kroll tonight. He's got to let his hands go. And again, we're in the 8th round, and I don't know how the judges see it right now, but it just seems like Santamaria has had control of this fight. He's doing what he wants to do. And that Kroll is having a hard time imposing his will onto Santamaria.
They're both tying up a nice right hand. He crashed into the face of Santamaria.
Yeah, and that came off of a combination. And this is what his corner's talking about. That's why I'm talking about. He threw a 3-punch combination there, and the last one landed. The one shot at a time ain't going to work. So he's trying to listen to his corner right now, Crowe.
There was an exclamation mark on that combination by the 25-year-old from Philadelphia. He's a father of a 2-year-old daughter. Said he's a lot more mature as a prize fighter. And that's a right uppercut that connected for Crowe. He said earlier in his professional career, he really didn't take it seriously. He says he's been fighting to the levels of his opposition, but here, this is a fight that gets him up and ready for that next, what he considers the next stage of his career.
And that's why I asked him in the fighter meet. I said, do you feel you're the type of guy that fights better when you're fighting better opposition? He said, most definitely, and he would know that because he fought great opposition as an amateur making it to the trials, through the trials.
He fought the likes of Booker, Adriel Holmes. Good inside work between these two as Santamaria advances forward as we near the end of the 8th stanza.
And in all fairness, Crowe landed a nice counter uppercut, but he landed a good hook a few seconds before that, and now he's throwing some good shots. That's what he needs to do.
The action intensified, and speaking of that uppercut from Paul Kroll, here's a look at it.
Okay, let's see here. Let me slow motion, so it's going to take a second to get to it. There's a right hand by Kroll that got parried. Here it is, right here. That's the reach in by Santamaria. And you can expect that from Kroll. It's either going to be a right uppercut or a straight right hand. And here we go at the end of the round. There it is again. See? And there's that comeback from Santamaria. Like I said, he won't let that go. He'll get hit and he'll come right back and touch you back. And he landed a good right hand himself.
Listening in the corner of Luke Santamaria. Attack the body. I want you to protect yourself from the right hand. Breathe. Come on, get in your rhythm. For this and more. Doing some translation there. That was Javier Capetillo, the trainer of Luke Santamaria.
And you notice Javier Capetillo said what we've been looking at right there, that right hand, he's got to protect himself with that right hand. He could have added counter, but Santamaria knew exactly what he was talking about.
As you take a look at the punches landed, 64 for Santamaria, for Kroll, 51. Santamaria has adapted a new philosophy, Joe, as earlier in the fight, he was averaging less than 40 punches thrown per round. He averaged double that in his victory over Michael Fox, which was 80.
Yeah, he kind of had his way more with Michael Fox, but, right now, Kroll's, he's not an easy guy to fight. You got to really work to land punches against Kroll. But, right now, I just think that Kroll won that last round, but he's got to really do something the next couple rounds.
Let's toss it to ringside with Jordan Glenn.
Thanks, Ray. I know we were talking about how Kroll's not really throwing that many punches, and that I don't think it's really more so his bad. I think it's Santamaria's good. He said he's studied Kroll a lot. He knows he has a good right hand and a good hook, a good jab, and he's taking away a lot of those shots for him because he's switching, he's staying busy. He's throwing 5-6 punch combinations, and it's keeping Kroll frozen, and he's having a hard time knowing what to do.
I couldn't agree more with you, Jordan. Really, that's a great summation. It's exactly what's taking place in this fight.
What is a strategic fight, Joe? between Kroll and Santamaria, and it seems like Santamaria's ring IQ might be a little bit better. He's implementing his game plan better compared to that of Kroll.
Well, look, he's had better opposition. He's had more fights than Kroll. This is the 8th fight for Kroll. Nice try on the counter uppercut. It didn't work that time for Kroll. And, you know, look, this is a tough fight for a guy with just 7 fights, I got to tell you. I'd be hard-pressed to put my guy in if he just had 7 fights against somebody like Luke Santamaria.
Under a minute remaining here in the 9th. Kroll looking to keep his perfect record intact. He's 7-0, trying to elevate his record to 8-0, making his PBC debut on television. Last fought on January 18th on the undercard of Julie Williams, Jason Rosario. Luke Santamaria, we saw him on August 8th with the win over Michael Fox. And Gerard White warning Kroll about keeping his punches up.
Yeah, that one straight low was in the process of a combination he was throwing. It did go low, but, you know, he's also being tussled about by Santamaria on the inside, so things like that can happen. Good right hand to the body. You know, Kroll knows he's got to do something. His corner knows he's got to do something more. He's been doing better the past few rounds. I don't know what the judges have this at, but
is it enough, Joe?
It's a yeah. What's that?
Is it enough that we're seeing from
right? Well, that's the question, right?
Final moments of the 9th, one more round remaining. Let's go back to August 8th when Luke Santamaria burst onto the scene with a win over that man, top 15 in the world, Michael Fox. And here's the first round that really changed the trajectory of this fight.
That was it. He just swarmed a 6'3" Fox at that time, who only had 1 loss in 23 fights. So he did. He sprung onto the scene. They thought, you know, they had the right opponent, and they miscalculated.
And it was the sheer aggression by Santamaria, but make no mistake about it, Michael Fox worked his way back into the fight, but getting the unanimous decision victory was Luke Santamaria. And here is Jorge Capetillo, or Javier Capetillo, in the corner of Luke Santamaria. Joe, from your observation, I think this is a close fight. You think it's more so for Santamaria? I mean, I think it's getting closer.
It is getting closer. I think, you know, Crowe, you know, started a little late doing what he should have done. That said, you never know how it's going to go on the judges' scorecards, but I would say it's a close fight, probably with Santamaria with a slight edge right now.
We'll see what happens in this, our 10th and final round. Ray Flores, the legendary Joe Goosen, along with Jordan Plant here on this Saturday evening. 10th and final round between the prospect and Paul Kroll at 7-0, and Luke Santamaria. Santamaria looking for his 2nd straight upset.
Good counter right hand by Kroll there, huh?
That certainly buzzed Santamaria.
Well, it landed. You know, look, it never dissuades, you know, Santamaria from coming forward, does it?
Joe, I got to tell you, Santamaria has one heck of a beard.
Yeah. Look, we know Kroll can pop. And he's gotten clipped clean on that chin with that right hand several times, and he's doing better than Santamaria right now. Santamaria's putting on the pressure, but he's not landing. Kroll is.
Coming into this fight, Kroll had a knockout percentage of 86%. We'll see if he can find a way to send Santamaria to the canvas in this 10th and final round.
Yeah, I think Santamaria's got 2 minutes to try to seal it, and Kroll's got seal it, not steal it. And Kroll's got, you know, less than 2 minutes now to make his mark on the judges' cards in his favor for this round, and it might be all the difference in the world for him.
And Joe, would you believe that in 7 of the 9 previous rounds, they have landed within 4 punches of each other?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, even though it seems like Santamaria's probably, but Santamaria to me has slowed down a little bit with his output, no?
No, I believe so. I think that it is, you know, Kroll is starting to increase his output. Santamaria is slowing down just a tad. Could Santamaria be allowing Kroll to get back in this fight?
Nobody can afford. I don't think either guy. If I'm in either corner, I'm really biting my nails right now as to, you know, wanting my guy to win this round, just to make sure we win this round, if indeed it came down to the last round.
Well, the first 5 rounds seem largely in part to Santamaria. The second half of the fight, we've seen more brilliance from Paul Kroll.
Yeah, he just landed a nice counter right hand again there.
That is the toughness from two rich boxing cities, Gerard White.
See, Crowe with the referee on his right side landed a low shot with his left hand on the opposite side of the referee to the hip of Santamaria.
Actually, a low blow.
Below the belt.
You okay? Keep him up, Paul. Stay off his head. Okay. Box.
Two fighters from rich boxing cities, and here's the shot below the belt. Ooh, my goodness, yes, that was low.
Yeah, Gerard White was you know, I think very sharp in catching that because he was a little out of position.
Crowe comes to us from Philadelphia. Santamaria representing East Los Angeles, two rich boxing cities with quite a bit of talent. Who is going to be able to pull out the victory? An exciting matchup in our co-main event as they go the distance. Paul Kroll and Luke Santamaria. Welcome back here to PBC on FS1 as both fighters have gone the distance. Joe, what a very interesting fight between these two, Paul Kroll and Luke Santamaria. They are taking some time, still tabulating the scores.
Well, they both think they won the fight, right?
They both do believe in. How did you see it, Joe, from your vantage point?
Well, you know, look, we talked about that in the break, and let's tell the audience what we both concluded, that we both thought.
I think it was a draw in my estimation. Yeah. Or I could see it, listen, I could see it a draw, but I could also see it one way or the other, depending on how you slightly.
That's
so
right.
6-4, 5-5. I thought it was a very close fight.
No, it may end up something entirely different than that, but I agree with you, and that's what we both kind of concluded. It would make a good draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. The judges at ringside score the contest 99-91, 99-91, and 96-94 for your winner. Still undefeated, Paul Kroll. So the scorecards were way off, Joe. 99-91 on two scorecards, and then 96-94 on the other. So Rudy Barragan and Lou Moret had it 99-91. I think they are totally off base on those scorecards.
Well, I think the 96-94 kind of represents the scoring that you and I thought it would be. But again, we never know what the judges are thinking or looking at.